welcome everyone wherever you're joining us from today. Whether this is your first Copilot Newsroom session or you have joined us before, we are really glad that you're here. Our goal today really is simple, is to bring you the latest and most impactful M365 Copilot updates and help you to understand what they mean for you and your organization overall. With these new capabilities really being released at a rapid pace, as we know, it can be difficult to really separate the signal from the noise. So today we will focus on the updates that matter most to you and the practical value they could bring to your day-to-day work. We have designed the session really to be a fast-paced, informative, and actionable insight so you can leave with a clear understanding of what is new and how to start taking advantage of these capabilities immediately. Let me briefly outline what we're going to be covering today. We'll begin by exploring the latest end-user capabilities, highlighting the innovations that are changing how people interact with Copilot across Microsoft 365 environment. From there, we will really shift our focus into IT administrative capabilities, covering the newest enhancements with Copilot control systems, agents, and more. And by the end of the session, you should really have a well-rounded understanding of both the user experience and organizational considerations that are shaping the future of Microsoft 365 Copilot. Before we dive in, let's go ahead and take a moment to introduce who we are. We are part of the Reply Network. Reply is a global network of specialized consulting and technology companies that are designed really to combine deep expertise with the agility needed to help organizations like yours innovate quickly. With more than 16,000 professionals across over 200 companies worldwide, Reply delivers the technology solutions that are across a wide range of industries. So when we're thinking about a strong focus on Microsoft technologies and digital transformation. This unique structure really helps us enable us to both be specialized in our knowledge as well as scale globally to every client engagement. At Valorum Reply, we really help organizations maximize the value of Microsoft ecosystem. Whether you're really exploring Microsoft 365 Copilot, modernizing the collaboration and communication experiences, if you're implementing governance or security solutions, or even going in and building custom applications, our team comes in and provides that strategy, technical expertise, and adoption guidance needed for the success. If your challenge really requires specialized expertise beyond our focus areas, chances are there is really a Reply company that can help. And together we really combine deep technical capabilities with strong change management and adoption strategies to help organizations realize meaningful business outcomes. Our modern work approach is built around 4 key pillars. First, we help organizations establish the right strategy, ensuring that the technology investments align with the business goals. Second, we focus on adoption and change management, helping people really to embrace new ways of working, maximizing long-term success. And then third, the user experience and design. We prioritize the user experience and design by creating intuitive and engaging experiences that drive productivity. And finally, we deliver implementation and execution, turning vision that you have into reality through thoughtful deployment and technical excellence. When these 4 pillars come together across people, process, and technology, organizations continue to thrive and are better positioned to achieve lasting business value and sustainable transformation. The approach is really supported by a broad set of capabilities across the Microsoft ecosystem. When we're thinking from Microsoft 365 Copilot, Microsoft Viva to governance, security, automation, low-code situations or solutions, and custom applications, we really help organizations navigate every stage of their digital transformation journey. Whether you're migrating, optimizing existing investments, or exploring new opportunities with artificial intelligence, our team are equipped to meet you where you are today and help you move forward with confidence. If you'd like to learn more, again, about any of these areas, we would be happy to continue that conversation after today's session. Today, we'll hear from several members of our team, our special correspondents, starting off myself as Dr. Richard Monroe, as I'm an adoption consultant for Valorum Reply, based out of the Kansas City, Missouri office, and I'll be kicking things off. Along with me is our special correspondent, Will.
Hey everyone, I'm Will. I'm a senior Microsoft consultant based out of Chicago, and today I'll be taking us through the agents and Copilot control system updates. And now on over to my colleague Sharon.
Hi everyone, my name is Sharon. I'm based out of the Chicago office as well as a M365 technical consultant. Excited to walk you through some end user capabilities and what's latest and greatest with Copilot.
And together, as your special correspondents today, we're going to walk through the latest M365 Copilot updates, share some key insights, and discuss those practical implications for both users and organizations. So each of us will focus on different topics to provide really that variety of perspective and expertise. Let's go ahead and start off with that foundation in place into our first topic of end user capabilities. This is where we're seeing some most exciting innovation across M365 Copilot. These updates directly impact how users interact with Copilot, streamline their daily work, and unlock new opportunities of productivity and creativity. As we review these new capabilities, consider not only what is changing, but how these enhancements can help you and your teams work more efficiently and effectively. Let's take a closer look at what is new. As we begin the next few updates, really thinking about focus on the latest and greatest with Copilot, Cowork. These new features are not going to be a list of separate features, but really thinking about components of the same growing story with Copilot. With Copilot Cowork, until now, Copilot has really helped you get this started on your work. And now with Cowork, it helps us to finish it. Everything we're about to show you builds on that simple but powerful shift. When we're thinking about right now with Cowork, Copilot Cowork is now generally available worldwide. Cowork is really an agentic system that plans, executes, and delivers the completed work, moving beyond suggestions to that finished output. Completed deliverables. When we're thinking about users defining the task, Cowork now carries it out from start to finish, returning finished work rather than a draft or recommendation. It's grounded in the context powered by our Work IQ. Cowork really grounds every task in the systems the business ready already relies on, so the output reflects the organizational context. So when we're thinking about the M365 Copilot app now has a toggle that lets users switch between the chat experience in Copilot for answers and Cowork for action. It's generally available worldwide, enabled through the usage-based billing. So just thinking about that, the toggle rolling out throughout the month of June and July if it's not already in your tenant. As we're thinking about Cowork, we can now select the model that best suits each of our tasks, giving users that tailored support without any manual selection. When we're thinking about Cowork, can use OpenAI's GPT 5.5 thinking or automatically choose the right model for the right job. Anthropic models handle visual work, such as PowerPoint and graphics, while GPT 5.5 supports the deeper research with citations. Users can receive the more suitable support across different types of work without having to pick the model themselves. Again, this is rolled out into the Frontier program throughout the month of June into July. Cowork now supports a broader set of plugins as well, giving users the access to more business systems that are directly in the flow of work with Cowork. New plugin store options as well as the Enosix, the Harvey, LSEG, Miro, Monday.com, Moody's, Morningstar, S&P Global Energy, Teams Maestro, and with Databricks available through sideloading. Microsoft ecosystem also is supported with Microsoft Fabric and the full Dynamics 365 portfolio, including sales, customer service, and ERP applications. Users can really reach these systems inside of Cowork without having to leave their work. This becomes, again, that Copilot hub area. We now have users the ability to create, edit, and manage custom skills in Cowork as well through the Customize tab. This allows that personalization with what Cowork can do. We're thinking about this skills are custom instructions that help Cowork work the way that each user does, adding that personal customization. Users can build and refine skills over the time as their needs evolve. The personal workflow can really be combined with the partner provided or organizational wide skills deployed through multiple plugins. When we're thinking about visual creation in Copilot Cowork, Cowork can now create and edit visuals directly in the flow of work as well, with no need to switch out to another tool. Powered by OpenAI's ChatGPT Images 2.0, Cowork creates edit deck graphics. When we're thinking about document illustrations and email imagery, Cowork can really apply a branded PowerPoint template from the organization's asset library, starting decks with the approved colors, fonts, logos, and layouts. No more trying to search and find that specific branded template. Beginning on brand reduces manual formatting as well as the cleanup that's always required after a presentation is generated. Cowork now extends to the Edge browser and mobile devices as well, keeping work wherever the users are, both in the office or on the go, remote, wherever they are. Cowork can use the Edge web browser to work across the organization's business systems. We're thinking about websites and intranet sites. They're available on iOS as well as Android. Users can start in one device, continue to work in another with the context and conversation remaining intact. With push notifications, Cowork sends notifications for those long-running tasks, including approvals, input requests, as well as completions of those tasks. Mobile and notifications rolled out in June. Edge web browser is rolled out in June only to the Frontier experience. When we're thinking about Claude Sonnet 5 is now in Microsoft 365 Copilot. Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 5 is now as a frontier model built for agentic multi-step work. It is now available within the M365 Copilot environment. It's designed as a multi-step agentic work approach that is planned across multiple steps. It can reason through context, turn that information into polished business artifacts. It's rolling out in Copilot Cowork, in Copilot and PowerPoint for documents, spreadsheets, as well as presentation tasks. We're thinking about from the admin, managed access, administrators can access this management based on organizational policies and readiness. Availability may vary region and by tenant. It was announced on July 2nd of this year, as well as rolling out now throughout all tenants. And with WorkIQ, Copilot can now reason over Power BI, enterprise data, and return grounded answers from reports and semantic models. When we're thinking about natural language queries, utilizing the Power BI Copilot reasoning, users can ask the questions in plain language and receive accurate answers without building queries themselves. It is still governed by the BI data when we're thinking about answers coming directly from Power BI reports and semantic models, bringing governed business intelligence into the Copilot experience. Users can gain faster, more reliable insights on the grounded and enterprise data to make better informed business decisions. This is rolled out to the Frontier program in June. And then finally, as we look at WorkIQ, now enabled in Copilot to search and query Dataverse business data, bringing that line of business records into the flow of our everyday work. Structured business records, thinking about Copilot, can reach into the structured line of business data that you and the organizations maintain in Dataverse. We can utilize this Copilot experience to ask about the Dataverse data in plain language, as with Copilot, and receive grounded answers without leaving the Copilot experience. Records surface across Copilot chat experiences in the flow of work and what we do each day. And public preview was available in June with general availability starting in September. And now I'm going to turn it over to correspondent Sharon.
Thanks, Richard. So looking at some of the recent updates, there are a lot to cover, so I'll take us through the second half of them. So with deep citations, it really is a way to enable or allow Copilot results that allow you to link to specific parts of reference files rather than the whole file. So when you're working with a piece or context that you're looking at, you can use Copilot to link directly to that section and trace the answer back so you're able to identify where Copilot is getting these results from. You are able to, again, use this across Word and PowerPoint files with with additionally meetings, web, and PDF references to roll out shortly. So this feature did roll out in June, and we will expect to see many other ones rolling out in the near future as well. Additionally, when we're looking at some details with Copilot Chat, many times with Copilot, we do know that it is something that requires at times trial and error, and the new regenerate action function allows you to get an alternative response to your prompt without having to re-enter a prompt or retry what you're looking for by simply switching on or toggling into a try again or switch model to get a new response without having to reprompt. So all built within the Copilot Chat pane, you can continue to explore different answers and different output without having to reprompt from scratch again. One of the latest updates that I'm most excited for personally is Vision in M365 Copilot. Essentially, the way that this works is that Vision allows you to get your answers faster by allowing Copilot to look at the work that you are seeing on a screen or through your phone camera. The way that this works is that as a user, you can showcase a dashboard, a document, an image, or even your screen and ask Copilot using your voice conversation to take a look at the content in front of you and help generate insights and results. So in the past, where you might have had to verbally ask for answers or describe what you were looking at, Copilot now has extended functionality that allows it to actually take a look at what is in front of you and provide and work with you on getting those answers as well. I know I'm personally excited to see this. This is rolling out this month, and it'll be a really one step further into how integrated Copilot can be within your everyday working system. Looking at Copilot pages, again, with Copilot, you can get those actionable feedback within your page without having to switch tools. So within these updates, you have the now suggested edits within Copilot shortcuts, where you can ask Copilot for feedback in line looking at specific lines. Copilot can analyze that overall content, but also just a part of that content to improve your quality of work. And it offers feedback that you can then accept and integrate into your system. You can accept those changes and it will apply directly either to a whole page or just the part that you are looking for, allowing you again to keep your momentum as you're working across different areas of documents. Again, within Copilot Notebooks, this is an exciting change. There is also the capability now, there are two capabilities here. One is that you can ground within your Outlook emails as references. So you can use Copilot to ground conversations, decisions that were made, meeting notes, transcripts, or context that drive your everyday work. And you can also additionally now not just Copilot or not just licensed users have accessibility to notebooks. It's now also available for our Copilot chat users. So they're also able to leverage the functionality that is within notebooks as well. So whether you're working with a team on a project or you're working on just pulling in data from your own Outlook system, you're able to do it all within Copilot notebooks and share that information with a wider set of people. Switching gears to Outlook, there are a couple of changes here as well. So Copilot in Outlook, again, when we're thinking about the capability and making sure that we're able to have a seamless approach, classic Outlook users now have the capability to actually access your Copilot settings without ever having to leave Outlook. So you can access that and make changes within your Outlook pane. Additionally, you can also, just like we talked about for pages, users can select a section of a draft within Outlook to ask Copilot to either rewrite, adjust the tone, length, structure, again, allowing Copilot to work with you on different sections without having to rewrite your entire message from scratch. Again, this allows you to break pieces of information down and work with Copilot on each of these individual areas as well. When we're looking into Copilot in Word, we have the capability now where you have different models that you can leverage within your everyday working. So there are the capabilities for Anthropic models while editing documents now, where you can choose your model based off of the type of work that you're looking for, find one that works for you, whether you're rewriting, summarizing, refining content. Again, this allows you to work with a model that you have found works best for you or you prefer working with, depending on the type of work that you are doing. Again, it allows you to get a better chance to actually find the right tone structure all within the different models and really finding what works for this type of work that you are looking at. With Word as well, we do have a couple other functionalities in here. We have the quick recap functionality that allows you to showcase or allows you to see what has changed in a document since you last opened it, making it really easy as you're leveraging different documents or you're going through them to really showcase or be able to see what is recently updated for you to get a quick glimpse of that content before moving out throughout the document to make any changes yourself. It's just a faster way to continue to interact with those documents that are ever changing. Within Word as well, now Copilot in Word, we've seen image generation capabilities, but now you can continue to generate those images inline and continue to apply changes to your document. So you can create and insert your images within Copilot, and it can be embedded within your Word document. Additionally, on top of that, you can use Copilot to again go over your comment sections. So if people have or there are comments that are left behind, you can Copilot can reason over those comments and apply any suggested changes if you choose to approve them as well. So rather than looking through feedback manually yourself, you can work with Copilot to really implement it overall, making it a just much smoother and faster process. With Word as well, if you are an iOS user and prefer working with iOS, the greatest update here is that users can also, within Word, edit and add your content from your iPhone, from your iPad, again, allowing you to make that, allowing Copilot to help you make those capabilities within your Copilot chat conversation. You're able to, again, within Word, the same image insertion and track changes are available in the full Word experience. So if you're an iOS user, you get to have those great capabilities with Copilot as well. And the additional functionality here is that with your preserved history context, Word will allow you to keep that conversation history from the chat to your apps so that you're able to have that multi-step work staying continuous. It's able to track what you're working with and allowing you not to have to repeat things over and over, but rather allow you to have a more streamlined process. Now, in here, if you work with PowerPoint decks or just creating different content pieces, you do have PowerPoint's Brand Kit Picker, which allows you to actually build all of your presentation within your organization's approved brand templates. So essentially, the way that it works is that there are admin-approved brand kits that are uploaded that users will then be able to select from, and they will have the right colors, fonts, visual style, and Copilot will be able to work with you on actually pulling those in and reasoning across of those documents and creating it within your brand guidelines. Again, so you do not have to go back and then manually format anything or change things into your brand color. It's all done within the interface itself. Additionally, within PowerPoint, we can see here that we have what's known as Copilot skills. Essentially, a skill is a way to save a common instruction or a common workflow as what we call a skill so that you can reuse it across of your work. Within PowerPoint specifically, you can save any common instruction that you have or a repeatable task as a skill so that the next time you come into it, it allows you to just quickly click into that area and you're able to take that action quickly. Essentially, it's for any repeatable tasks that you'd like to repeat over and over. If you're constantly working throughout decks and creating them, it's a great way to have that content in place for you to leverage. Within PowerPoint as well, Copilot can also reference different SharePoint libraries or OneDrive folders as grounding sources or grounding material, which essentially means that Copilot is able to draw information from those different areas and leverage that context when it's creating a presentation. So again, it's not just looking for general information, but a lot of what Copilot is working with you on is information that is relevant to your organization, information that has specific organizational content or research that you have worked on. So Copilot is able to ingest that and bring it into your decks. Again, making sure it's very relevant and tailored rather than being generic. Like we mentioned earlier, the skills that are applicable in PowerPoint are also available in Excel. Again, just packaging that repeatable workflow into instructions. So in Excel, many different skills that you can actually create it based off of the type of maybe department or function that you're looking at. If it's more finance related skills or workflows versus what you might leverage within accounting. You can create those skills and have them be broken down so you know exactly what you can go into for the next time that you're working within Excel. Additionally, within Excel, you do have the capability to personalize. So a lot of times there is that capability that you're able to leverage within Excel so you don't lose your ways of working, and Copilot can work with you to actually see what it is that you are looking for. You can define what you would like in terms of naming conventions, different formulas, the way you like things to be formatted. Work with Excel, and Excel will be able to capture those changes and reflect how you prefer to work without you having to repeat those instructions in every prompt. Again, allowing for a much more customizable approach and a more streamlined approach in general, saving more time and allowing you to do less of redundant repetition in here. And lastly, we have our workbook rules in Copilot and Excel for our updates here. Essentially, this new feature allows you to have a workbook rule sheet, which defines what either for yourself as an individual or for a team of people, what it is that you're looking for within the workbook in regards to structure, formatting, formulas, and you can also include examples within this space. So everyone using Copilot to edit the file will be able to leverage this rule sheet and follow the same workbook specific guidance so that you're all working within the right rules. In here, you can put examples, you can put formulas that you would like to leverage across of your workbook sheet, and users that are working with Copilot will be able to leverage this information. Again, having a place that's grounded in that context so that the next time people are working within the space, they're able to quickly understand what it is that is generally used across of Excel. So I'll go ahead and pass it on to Will, who will talk through the agents portion of today's updates.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sharon. So yeah, on next is agents. So up first is the researcher agent. The model and mode choice is now up for selection. You can now select from a various list of, again, supported models, Auto, Model Council, GPT, or Claude. You can pick from these supported modes directly in the chat experience itself. Each one you can control the depth and the approach for the research task. You can pick the model that makes the most sense for the research task that you're trying to do, whether it's very complex, very technically driven. Maybe you're, researching solution architecture for a very complex custom solution that you're looking to build, as opposed to maybe some more straightforward market research that is a little bit less abstract in the way, and you can pick again the model that makes the most sense for the task that you're trying to complete. And this rolled out last month in June. Up next is the planner agent. So this is something that I know a lot of customers that I work have been asking for a long time. We recently finally got Cowork that was able to make the tasks in Planner, but now we also have an agent that helps wrap around the entire experience as well. So the Planner agent helps users plan, organize, and manage work more efficiently when inside M365 Copilot. There are interactive task cards that give actionable insights so that you can help prioritize across your planner plans. You can also create tasks using natural language, right? I know it's a little bit tedious sometimes having to create each task manually, fill in all the checklist items, add in the description, the notes, the due dates. So being able to converse naturally and just describe the task and have that agent build out that task for you is, I think, helps save a good amount of time if you're using Planner a lot, that is. You can also use this agent to build structured plans with goals and buckets. So again, really seeing the benefits of being able to converse naturally with an agent, and especially inside of the context of Planner. So like the researcher models, this also rolled out last month in June. Okay, next is the sales agents. So this is now GA and M365 Copilot, bringing in customer and deal intelligence into the flow of work. So very much like the other agents, you can converse naturally with this sales agent. You can use to search, summarize, and act on sales data across connected CRM and past customer conversations. So the beauty of this really lies in being able to connect, extend this agent and connect into your CRM platforms, whether it's Salesforce or Dynamics 365, and have that additional context of all of your Teams chats, your emails, your Outlook conversations, your email threads, and whatever other documents that might tie into some of those sales opportunities and sales lead generations. And having one agent that has visibility into all of that, you can bounce ideas off of or ask for, general updates, or maybe you're looking for, a specific customer account, and instead of having to sift through all of the accounts manually, you can converse with an agent to get the answer quickly. So the grounded in context, right, it combines those CRM records such as opportunities and contacts with your M365 data, as I mentioned, and that's really where you can drive a lot of value out of an agent like this. And this works where sellers work. So this has the same capabilities and shared context across all of the different M365 productivity tools that you are already using today, Dynamics 365, and also it respects each user's access level, very similar to how Copilot functions. So again, this rolled out to GA as of last month. Next up is the learning agent. So this agent helps deliver personalized in-the-flow learning to help employees build Copilot and AI skills faster. Again, this agent has access to Work IQ, that intelligence layer. So it's able to learn more personal details about, how you work, the different ways that you tackle your daily tasks across the Microsoft stacks, how you use Excel, how you use Word, who you are, in meetings the most with, who you contact the most. All of that information helps, again, tailor the courses and the learning content that gets delivered to you. And it provides tips, skill assessments, customized plans, certifications, and role play practice, all in the flow of work, and with that additional context of how you typically work as an employee at your organization. Okay, so that's quick updates on our agents. Next up is our Copilot control system. So up first is organization prompts in the M365 Admin Center. So admins can now create and publish prompts to guide users toward effective Copilot use for common workflows. The way that these will appear is they'll surface as prompt suggestions in the prompt gallery. If you've ever used that, it's a great way to quick start summary features or start a draft on something. If you open up any of the M365 applications and open up Copilot, your suggested prompts will look slightly different depending on where you're accessing it from. And those are great ways to learn about what Copilot can do, especially if you're starting off with Copilot, you're not really sure what it can do for you. That's a great way to start. And ultimately, what this is looking to achieve is to help those Copilot users build good habits and help them understand what makes an effective prompting an effective prompt, and being able to come up with those and being inspired by a good baseline prompt that we can publish as admins and make available for everyone is a good way to go about that. Okay, next is the cost management dashboard. So this is ultimately consolidating a number of billing management controls into the M365 Admin Center, but this is essentially a centralized way to activate, manage, and optimize spending on usage-based AI experiences like Copilot Cowork, or if you have unlicensed Copilot users looking to interact with maybe a Copilot Studio agent. So in here, you can allocate and limit. So you can allocate Copilot credits and create spending policies and limits by group. You can also set certain thresholds, and when cost exceeds that threshold, you can set both hard and soft limits. If you want to automatically suspend that agent or a certain group of users from being able to consume more credits, that would be a hard limit. A soft limit would be just if upon crossing a certain threshold, you want to alert a certain amount of managers or admins that, hey, this threshold has been crossed. We just wanted to let you know. There are different billing models that you can pick from as well. There are prepaid credits that you can purchase in bundles, or you can set up pay-as-you-go billing, or you can choose a combination of the two. If you want to purchase an initial set of prepaid credits, have that be the source of credit consumption for a while, and then once that is up, you can either again choose to stop, or disallow the usage of Copilot Cowork or those agents from unlicensed users. Or you can say, hey, once we've used up all of our pre-purchased capacity credits, then we dive into pay-as-you-go billing. You can also come in here to monitor and cap. So reporting, budgets, alerts, and hard caps, as I mentioned. Those are some of the things that you can achieve in the new cost management dashboard. One thing to note is that a lot of these controls have already existed, but it's just been consolidated and sort of revamped in this new dashboard here. Okay, team level cost reporting and insights. So additional cost reporting gives team leaders a view into their team's usage of these credits through a dashboard. This is available in Viva Insights, but ultimately being able to categorize or get sort of more granular level insights into how cost is being consumed across different departments can give a little bit more of a detailed view. So if you know that maybe the finance department is racking up more Copilot credits than another team, then maybe that may help inform some decisions around license reassignment, or maybe we recognize that, hey, some of these teams aren't using their Copilot coworks as effectively, even though we've purchased a set amount for each team every month. Maybe we need to reallocate some of the credits that are going towards HR and some of these other teams back into the finance department because we're seeing heavy usage from that team. So this is ultimately right ties into that cost management dashboard. Just there are a number of places you can go to get this type of information and ultimately make data-driven, informed decisions around license and cost management. Okay, next are agent metrics for custom reporting. So within Insights, this feature lets analysts explore and combine granular agent usage data with organizational context as well. So ultimately, you can set up a query here to find more information about that agent usage combined with that org context to identify adoption trends, build custom reports, track custom KPIs and ROIs. It basically plugging in the gap if any of the pre-built dashboards are not giving you the information that you're looking for. This is going to be public preview this month and planned to be rolled out as GA in September of this year. Okay, organizational messages on hybrid joined devices. So I think this is a bit of a unique situation, but if you have a user if you have users, sorry, on devices that are joined both to on-prem Active Directory and the cloud Entra ID, this is what we consider a hybrid identity. And now this organizational messages features supports extending targeted communications to these types of individuals who have both an on-prem and a cloud identity joined into one. So this helps close a certain coverage gap where messages wouldn't previously be able to reach these hybrid identities and helps drive adoption as well to awareness, the onboarding, and the adoption of Copilot agent and other M365 experiences. And this rolled out last month in June. Okay, next is admin control for Vision. So earlier you heard Sharon talk about these new Vision updates, right? As exciting as that sounds, you may, from an IT admin perspective, want to, disallow this feature for a certain amount of people, or maybe even the at the tenant level. You can control and govern this in the M365 Admin Center. Essentially, you can as I mentioned, not allow certain users, if they have Copilot, to be able to share their screen, or certain users who have Copilot not to be able to turn on their cameras. Okay, next is Purview DLP, being able to restrict external emails. I think this is a pretty neat feature in that you can essentially disallow emails from external users to or information from those emails that again have been sent from maybe vendors or third-party contacts from being able to be surfaced in Copilot or Copilot chat. So this ultimately helps reduce a certain amount of risk if you know that You have a good, strong setup for internal policies to, have and set up DLP policies and, insider risk and all that. But you are unsure about, maybe the policies and how they apply to external guests. This is a neat feature for being able to address that while you right, revisit some of those policies that may be affecting external guests in your organization. So this applies to Copilot and agents built in Copilot Studio, published to Copilot, and using only M365 data. This was public preview last month and it has rolled out to GA as of this month. Okay, there are now purview controls for Copilot Cowork as well. Purview is a very, very strong security tool, but there are a number of things that have an influence on, right, the Copilot and agent and user experience. And there were a number of tools like the Asset Explorers to help audit different AI interactions with Copilot and agents, but there was a bit of a gap for Cowork. And so now Purview has been extended to include Cowork. You can now audit Cowork interactions, take a look at sensitivity label interactions, inheritance, displays, and various Cowork interactions will now appear in some of the reports that come up in Purview regarding Copilot or Copilot Cowork or Copilot chat or Copilot agent interactions. Okay, that's it for our Copilot control system updates. As always, we like to close off by talking a little bit about the roadmap and sharing what we're excited about. So on the roadmap, right, there are a number of things that have already launched. We've talked quite a bit about a number of these. I think something that I'm personally excited to see in the rolling out list is Microsoft Viva, new overview experience and agent dashboard. I sometimes feel like Viva is maybe treated like the forgotten child. So always exciting to see the Viva product surface. And I think Copilot is Copilot and agents and Viva, I see the intersection here. So yeah, again, excited to see this update. Also in development, we have Copilot Studio invoking agents as workflow steps with agent nodes. I think we're seeing a bit of a consolidation in terms of how Copilot Studio agents interact with not only other agents, but also with Power Automate workflows as well. I think we're still moving in the direction of doing away with tools and allowing for a more tighter integration strategy between Copilot Studio agents and Power Automate workflows. So I think this is just an update I'm personally excited to see. I think it's going to change ultimately the way that we build Copilot Studio agents that are meant to trigger various workflows or integrate with them. So I think that change is going to be exciting. Next is Microsoft Viva, Copilot Analytics, Insights in Cowork and Work IQ spend and usage. So I think Cowork being what it is, it's a very, very powerful tool, but also comes with additional running costs and anything we can do to provide more insights and the more information we have around spend and usage, the better informations or the better informed decisions that we can make around the allocation of resources in this area. Okay, here are some release notes for June 2026. I won't read through these in detail. Of course, we'll share out these slides. Seeing that we have a minute left, I did want to give a chance for questions and answers. So I'm going to open this up. Okay, I see Richard has answered that one. So using other models like Anthropic and ChatGPT within Microsoft products or with agents, are there any limitations or differences in the models that are used natively like Claude? That's a great question. I think from my personal experience, I have not noticed any limitations in the model themselves. I think the connectors that you have associated with, especially if you have Cowork or if you have an agent, I think that's ultimately going to unlock a lot more value from the tool that you're building. Just the more data sources you have to feed from, the richer the quality and the richer and the higher quality the response you will receive. But in terms of the actual usage of those models and the responses that you will receive, you should not see any differences from uh, the quality of the response. I think it's just the context of the response or the context of the model and what it has access to, because Copilot and using these models within Microsoft products will give it access to everything in the Microsoft graph, right, in the Microsoft ecosystem, as opposed to Claude, which you might be able to get set up using a Microsoft connector, but it's a little bit more native in the fact that it lives within the Microsoft 365 service boundary. So, okay. I know we're at a 1 minute over time. Thank you so much for joining today's session. If you have any questions after the session, please feel free to reach out to us at marketing@vloramreply.com. We'd love to hear about your Copilot needs and challenges, or even just be a friendly conversation, have a friendly conversation about what Copilot can do for you. So if nothing else, thank you again for joining, and we'll see you next time on August 26th.